Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavin.
And I'm Adam.
And today we're watching Attack on Titan Season 3, Episode 22, or Episode 59, called The Other Side of the Wall.
End of the road for Season 3.
Last episode, we got our answers.
We got
A
lots
lot
of
of
answers.
answers.
Too many answers at once.
We had everything about the owl
Yeah.
being the attack titan, and we are assuming that Eren is now the founding titan and the attack titan.
We found out they only live for 13 years.
13 years.
So Aaron's almost burned through like half his life
Yes.
left. Because he's has 8 years left? Something like that.
And then we saw a flashback with Historia
Yep.
when she touched Ymir's letter.
Aaron connected with some of the memories, so that ability might be coming through.
But then some of them, it was like, whose memories are these?
Yeah.
And is he seeing the future? Because remember, we had that jump and we're like, is he seeing the future? Is he like, this is confusing.
Yes.
We don't know what's coming next, basically.
Well, I'm assuming we're going to get the end of Grisha's story, like how he got to the wall, because it's kind of been guilted into doing this and trying to find it. So I'm guessing we're going to kind of wrap up that story this episode.
I think it's going to be great no matter what, because it's the very end of Season 3. You know, they have to
100%.
leave us with just an explosion of excitement.
Agreed.
I'm excited. Let's get started, see what this episode has in store for us. So Season 3, Episode 22 of Attack on Titan is coming right now.
9つの巨人にはそれぞれ名前がある。これからお前へ継承される巨人にもだ。その巨人はいついかなる時代においても自由を求めて進み続けた。自由のために戦った。名は
進撃の巨人。
過去にエレンは無垢の巨人を操り、窮地を逃れたことがあります。
王家の血を引く者を巨人にして俺が接触すれば、始祖の巨人の力を扱える。
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
その可能性があるといえば、兵団はヒストリアをどうする？
家庭を持て。は？妻でも子供でも町の人でもいい。壁の中で人を愛せ。それができなければ繰り返すだけだ。同じ歴史を、同じ過ちを何度も。ミカサやアルミ、みんなを救いたいなら使命を全うしろ。
ミカサ？アルミ？誰のことだ？
さあ、わからない。
Can you imagine knowing those names and then your kid becomes friends with them?
Like, what is up here?
敵は世界。しかしこのことを公表すれば壁は大混乱に陥りますぞ。そうだ、我々でさえ事の大きさを測りかねている状態にあるのだ。ならばまた民を騙すか。レース王がやったように何も知らない民をこの壁の中で飼おうというのか。ならば我々には何の大義があってレース王から王冠を奪ったのだ。
Adam's favorite character strikes again.
公表しましょう。100年前、レース王が民から奪った記憶を100年後の民にお返しするだけです。我々は皆運命を共にする壁の民。これからは一致団結して力を合わせなくてはなりません。
That's a bold play.
人類を脅かす人食い巨人の正体は人間であり、我々と同じ祖先を持つ民族、ユミルの民だった。我々
Can you
は
imagine?
100年前にこの壁を築き、
No.
巨人の力で民衆の
The whole society would be flipped on its head.
壁の外の人類は滅亡したと思い込ませた。だが人類は 滅んでなどおらず、我々ユミルの民をこう呼んでいる。悪魔の民族と。近い将来、敵はこの土地の資源獲得を口実に侵攻を開始する。それが5年前から始まった超大型巨人らの襲撃であると。
もう記事は出た後ですが、一連の話の信憑性は。
少なくとも
No, you don't. It doesn't sound credible at all. It's crazy.
そりゃ信じたくないですよ、そんな話。
Can we just think about what is happening to the society right now? Like, we're kind of glossing over the fact that they're letting everybody in. That would be wild. Can you imagine you just read that
No.
one day? I wonder if they're going to spend any more time on it, or it's just like, okay, we did this and moving on.
Like, are people gonna revolt? Are people gonna like do anything?
Skepticism, no evidence.
Yeah, you have to think that a lot of people won't even believe it.
Now, Eren can go turn into a Titan, and I think people have seen that and they know that about him. You find out the Titans who have been eating your family, friends, are of your bloodline. Like,
Yeah. Well, and I'm like, the guy is this as credible as you're making it sound? I'm sorry.
you published that on a
Doesn't
whim.
sound credible at all. It sounds ridiculous.
それで町の反応は？
様々です。そのまま受け取る者、笑い飛ばす者、未だ平成権に異を唱え、陰謀論を結びつけ吹聴する者。あなた方が危惧した通りの混乱状態です。
ああ、でも仕方ないよ。調査報告が我々の飯代だ。情報は納税者に委ねられる。そこが前の王様よりイケてるところさ。
あなた方を誇りに思います。
え？
同じ壁に生きる者として、または働く者として。
どうも。
ああ、今度は調査兵団を担いで記事を書くといい。
私たちはこれからどうなります？私たちが巨人を恐れ、憎み、どうかこの世から消えてなくなれと願ったのと同じように、世界中の人々が我々を人ではなく有害な化け物とみなした。その結果、あの地獄が繰り返されるのだとしたら、我々が死滅するまで地獄は終わらない。
やあ、壁の英雄たちよ。
ヒッチ、来てたのか。
あんたたちが勲章もらうの見に来たんだよ。
そうか。
マルロは最後まで勇敢だったよ。
うん。
そうだろう、フロック。話してやれ。
ああ。マルロ・フロイデンベルクは俺と同じキューボ入団の新兵で、その中でも俺たちをよくまとめてくれた。現場は絶望的で、調査兵団は全滅寸前まで追い詰められた。みんなおじけづいてどうにもならなかった時も、あいつだけは仲間を鼓舞し続けた。あいつはすごいやつだったよ。
知ってる。だから私の言うことなんて聞かないんだろうね。
でも最後はあそこに行ったことを後悔しただろ
う。ありがとう。式でヘマしたら笑ってやるから。
おい、なんでそんなことを。
でも誰かが本当のことを言うべきだろ。
君が エルヴィン団長を生き返らせようと必死だったことは知ってる。
そうだ。お前じゃなく団長がふさわしいと思った。でもそれは俺だけじゃない。みんなだ。報告書を読んだ誰もがそう思った。なんでエルヴィンじゃないんだって。お前がアルミンの何を知ってるって言うんだ。言ってみろよ。知らないな。俺は幼馴染じゃないし仲良しでもないから。でもなんでアルミンが選ばれたかはわかる。お前ら二人とリヴァイ兵長が市場に流され注射薬を私物化し合理性に欠ける判断を下したからだ。要は大事なものを捨てることができなかったからだろう。なあ、もうお前そろそろ黙れよ。エレン、お前って腹の底じゃなんだって自分が一番正しいって思ってんだろ。だから最後まで諦めなかった。聞き分けのねえガキみてえに。
エレン、もういいから離れて。
その点ミカサはまだ大人だった。最終的には諦めたんだから。
I'm gonna break your face.
急に何だったんだよ。
What do you think about what he's saying to Armin?
I mean, I would imagine that's generally the consensus. People who haven't spent time with Armin wouldn't know him, and Erwin has a great reputation. Reading the report, I'm not surprised that, and I don't know whether that's true, but if it was true, that's how a lot of people feel. You've lost your best strategist.
Yeah, but do you think that Levi was emotional in his decision?
It doesn't matter because perception is
Like Levi wanted Erwin.
correct. Anybody who wasn't there and didn't see it is gonna look at that and go, they trained together, they were in the same unit. I think that would be an accurate assessment of people who just read a report and weren't there.
I read something that somebody was like, you guys are the first reactors that picked Armin to live over Erwin.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But honestly, I still think that Erwin would have been annoyed if he'd been reincarnated. I feel like he would not have wanted that. Not that like anybody wants to wake up and be like, hey, you're a Titan.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I don't know.
Erwin accomplished what he had set out to accomplish. They got into the I don't know. I still think Armin was the right choice. Not just from a story standpoint, but like if you stack them up side by side. I think this guy is still reeling with being a coward and being the only one who survived. And he's lashing out. Like, he's taking pot shots. Like,
But it was also like, was Armin supposed to do at this point?
no, nothing. That's why it's...
Like, it's just, you're making him feel terrible. But you know what? He could turn into the Colossal Titan and, like, scorch you with steam. But also to tell Hitch, like, oh, at the end, he probably really wished he didn't want to be there. Like, I mean, very cruel in the name of just telling the truth.
Yeah, but it's all what he's feeling inside. The same date he made to Mikasa just now about giving up. He's in a dark place.
俺から死んだ仲間を弔おうって式の場なんだぜ。
なんでもう終わった話を蒸し返すんだよ。お前らは上官に歯向かうわけでもなく、エレンとミカサを止めるわけでもなく、ただ見てただけだったよな。何の勲章だ？誰を弔う？これから補充する調査兵団には本当のことを言えよ。
What truth, though?
俺みてえな腰抜けが間違って入ってこねえようにな。エルヴィン団長なしでこれからどうするつもりなんだよ。そりゃ俺みてえな雑魚使い捨てるぐらいしか使い道もねえだろうが、そんな雑魚にだってな、値踏みする権利くらいはあるだろう。
フロックが正しい。エルヴィン団長が生き延びるべきだった。この状況を変えることができるのは僕じゃない。
なんでそんなことがわかるんだよ。俺にはわからないな。正しい選択なんて未来は誰にもわからないはずだ。大体お前は見たのかよ。壁の外。壁の外には何があるんだ。
海。
そうだ、海がある。でもまだ見てないだろ。俺たちはまだ何も知らないんだよ。炎の水も氷の大地も砂の雪原も、可能性はいくらでも広がっている。きっと壁の外には自由が。
Freedom is not.
Who was that? His sister?
Grisha's sister.
時間だ。並べ。
It's true. I mean, at this point, they're all equal.
Yeah.
They all have the same experience with where they're going, aside from Aaron, who carries memories.
And I actually think that part is better for Armin than Erwin. Like
More
he's
open-minded,
more
more open to
open-minded,
experience.
more creative. You know, Erwin was very good, but he had been doing the same thing in the same situation. I still stand by the choice.
Oh, 100%.
Aaron's gonna touch her and something's gonna happen.
That's a good prediction.
地下室に
Because she just touched Ymir's letter.
希望だったのか、それとも絶望か。
Those are kind of cool. I don't
敵
want
は
those.
果てしなく兄弟だった。このまま何も変わらなければ、またあの惨状が繰り返される。何かを変えることができるなら、自分の命ぐらいいくらでも捧げてやるのに。俺にはヒストリアを犠牲にする覚悟がない。どうすればいい。こんなこと誰にも。
私は壁の外から来たエルディア人。あなた方と同じユミルの民です。壁の王よ、今すぐ壁に攻めてきた巨人を殺してください。妻や子供たちが、壁の民が食われてしまう前に。
I wonder if Historia felt it too.
エレン。
Whoa.
Grisha's writing, or
I was thinking Historia.
トロスト区の巨大な土から巨人を潰す音が聞こえなくなったのは、雪の降り積もる頃だった。積もった雪が溶け出す頃、兵団はウォールマリア内の巨人は掃討されたと発表した。トロスト区から昇降機が解放され、街道の舗装事業が開始される頃には、草花が芽吹き、蝶が舞っていた。避難住民が故郷へ帰ることを許されたのは、トロスト区襲撃から1年が経過する頃であった。ウォールマリア街への壁外調査を開始した。
now they got a couple titans
読
with
み
them.
通りだ、ハンジ。ウォールマリア内に入っていた巨人がほとんどだった。俺たちは奴らを1年でほぼ淘汰しちまったらしい。
そんじゃ予定通り目的の場所を目指すぞ。
Well, that hair growing.
Kyojin 巨人だ。やっと現れたか。気をつけろ。
あそこに。
動けない。
It's like the King Race.
Like a slug.
少しずつ張って壁まで進もうとしたんでしょ
Remember when Rod Race was doing that?
Yeah.
おい。楽園送りにされた俺たちの同胞だ。行こう。近いぞ。おい、こいつをこのまま置いてくのか。殺さなくていいのかよ。くそ。
Well, at least there's a clear path.
Seriously, I was just thinking that.
Wait, so how did they clear out all the Titans?
So they had the hammer machine, and I'm guessing they just kept that going for a whole year, and all the Titans were just drawn to either the wall or the city, or they had debate their people in terms of doing that, and they
But that's so sad, they're killing their own race.
Would you want to live like that? Mercy
No.
killing. We are expanding the horizon here.
They're like in a desert.
Yeah, I mean, this is where they kicked them off. I'm so curious.
Can you imagine if you're one of the Marlians and these guys roll in?
エルディア人は巨人にされた。そしてあの先に
The sea.
Armin is about to fulfill a bucket list item.
I'm still wondering how his grandpa knew about this though.
The edge of paradise.
Can you imagine being them right now?
Mind blown.
Mikasa's face. Armin's face. I love how Levi's like so worried about it. So cautious.
The world's a dangerous place for Levi.
Mikasa and Levi, the two most badass of the group, are the ones who are most uncertain.
Yeah.
言っただろうエレン。商人が一生かけても取り尽くせないほどの巨大な塩の湖があるって。僕が言ったこと間違ってなかっただろ。
Maybe the owl is his grandpa. And his grandpa's like reincarnated somehow.
ねえ、エレンこれ見てよ。壁の向こうには
海があって海の向こうには自由がある。ずっとそう信じてた。でも違った。海の向こうにいるのは
This war.
何もかも親父の記憶で見たものと同じなんだ。ああ、向こうにいる敵全部殺せば俺たち自由になれるのか。
Are humans ever really free of everything? Okay, how did Armin's grandpa know that there was a sea? Because Armin heard it from his grandpa, right?
Well, he had a book, so
Okay,
somehow...
regardless if he had a book, even if he was sent there or the Marleyan sent him or whatever, however he ended up there, they would not have let him take a book.
Maybe Grisha had it. Maybe Owl sent somebody there before. Somebody smuggled it in.
Well, in that scene of Armin, Mikasa, and Eren reading a book by the edge of the sea, it was shown twice.
Yeah. But I think we saw that in season 1 too. I don't remember a lot of things, but I think I remember them like hanging out and that conversation happening.
Beside the water.
Mm-hmm. The thing I want to know is like, how did Owl know those names?
That's why I'm like, was somebody reincarnated or something?
This episode didn't go exactly where I thought it would go. Like,
No.
I thought we would finish the Grisha story, but I guess we kind of already knew what happened once he got to the wall. But this makes it seem like the next part is gonna be off the island.
Well, I don't know. It was really nice to see them all like smiling.
Yeah.
Because it's such a sad existence they've lived and we haven't really seen them have much fun. So to see them smiling and be happy and joyful and playful was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was funny that Levi was the one and Mikasa were the ones who were really uncertain.
So cautious.
Yes. But then Eren's statement at the end.
Take the win for right now.
Yeah, take the win, but it's just like that. It's just such a tough knowledge that like no matter what you do, you will always feel like you have to fight, or you always feel like you're gonna be persecuted.
Yeah. And no one else really understands that because he's seen it, lived it through memories, like all of it, and like the flashback of his dad's sister being eaten by dog, like just having that pop into your head randomly, like whoa, that would be wild.
A little
Very unsettling.
slower episode than I expected.
Yeah.
I guess they chose to tie up some loose ends rather than like hit us with something else. I mean,
Yeah.
the last several episodes have been pretty intense. So to just kind of like tie things up and move on, like, okay, I get it.
Do you think there's gonna be another time skip going into season 4?
We have to see what happens from here. Are they gonna go across the sea alone? Or are they gonna wait for Marleyans to bring a ship there with some more Eldians and then have a sneak attack and then take the ship?
Are they gonna settle the rest of the island?
Also, are they gonna go back to Marley with other people or just like the group of them? So many things are up in the air right now. You know we're here for it.
And I know season 4 won't disappoint.
We made it to season 4, everybody. So, particularly the second half of season 3 was insane. Very exciting stuff. So I'm excited to continue and see how season 4 goes. So please be sure to hit us up in the comments below with all the thoughts. And as always, we'd be so excited if you'd like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more Attack on Titan coming next week. Bye.